may nakita ako na nag-viral sa social media, um, na quote attributed to you, and let me show it now. This one, no? This was a viral quote card. It says that you directly contradicted the latest Vatican pronouncement that women cannot be ordained because they cannot image Christ. I'm sure nakita nyo na po yun, and para lang po dun sa mga nakakita rin nung Facebook post na yon at nag-like doon at nag-comment doon, would you confirm or deny what is written in that quote card? Is that
Well,
fake news?
what was directly quoted from me is accurate, is correct, no? Saan ko sinabi yon? Sinabi ko yon sa isang press conference. Kasi actually pagod na nga ako nung gabing yon, natapos kami at around 7 o'clock. Tapos binulungan ako ng isang cardinal, can you participate in the press conference? We have chosen 3 cardinals to sit in the panel for a discussion with all the journalists who are present here who would like to be updated about what happened sa consistory. Sabi ko, di okay. Ngayon, so in one of the questions, naibigay ko yung answer na yon about the representation of the body of Christ or the imaging of the whole Christ. And actually, I was quoting from St. Augustine Kasi ito yung concept ni St. Augustine ng the complete or the whole or the total Christ. Parang Christ is represented not only by the ordained ministers. Christ is represented by the community of the baptized, head and body together. Tapos, yung headship ng ordained ministers is most visibly and palpably experienced by the Christian community, lalo na sa presidency over the Eucharist. Kasi sinasabi natin, hindi ba? When we celebrate the Eucharist, the Eucharist is presided by Christ Himself. Kasi we call it the sacrifice of Christ. What is being offered is always the sacrifice of Christ. Kaya the true presider is Christ Himself. And the presider is only acting in the person of the real head of the body. And who is that real head of the body? Jesus Christ. Ngayon, culturally, because nga Jesus Christ was celibate and was male, so culturally for many centuries up to now, we have tend to make the ordained priesthood exclusive to male and celibate na candidates. Pero alam mo ba, Pat, na in the Oriental Catholic tradition, ay meron ng ordained presbyters na hindi celibates.
Mm-hmm.
Natawa nga ako nung parang synodal assembly ng mga parish priests. Tapos may mga kasama akong mga pari from the Philippines. Tapos doon sa aming round table discussion, meron kaming katabi na isang ordained priest of the Oriental Church. Maronite yata siya kung di ako nagkakamali, no? And these are part of the Roman Catholic Church, ha? They are in communion with the Roman Catholic Church. Maraming kasing Oriental rites sa Roman Catholic Church, no? They include Syro-Malabar, Syro-Malankara, the Maronite Christians, the Ukrainian Christians, no? Now, some of them have married presbyters. So, mga pare na inordinahan, pero they were given that prerogative to get married, no? So may married presbyter sila. Na-scandalize yung ibang mga Filipino, sabi, Katoliko ba talaga yan? Kasi ang alam natin sa Pilipinas, celibate lang yung mga ordained priests. Sabi ko, ay, welcome to the club. At least now you know na in the Universal Church, hindi lahat ng mga ordained priests are celibates. So, ayun, parang even the fact that ang diaconate, for example, meron na tayong permanent diaconate that is not a stepping stone or preparatory or transitional, because pag sinabi mong transitional diaconate, it is a preparation for the reception of the ordained priesthood or ordained presbyterate, no? Ngayon meron ng permanent diaconate. Kaya merong some sectors of the church who are saying kung meron na palang permanent diaconate na hindi na connected sa ordained priesthood, bakit kailangan pang i-exclude ang women dyan? Yun yung question. Bakit kailangan i-exclude ang non-celibates dyan? And almost always the answer is kasi nga ang acting in the person of Christ through in the presidency of the Eucharist, which is what we call the ministerial priesthood, one of the main tasks of the ministerial priesthood is to image daw Christ, parang person to person, no? So parang in that kind of thinking, hindi pwede ang babae at hindi pwede ang may asawa. In that line of thinking, no? Pero yun namang pinag-uusapan doon sa was deacons eh. Parang women in diaconate. And yung paper that was submitted to the Holy Father, laid out the historical development about the ordained ministry and the many cultural factors that tended to exclude women, even in, not necessarily in ordained ministries. Alam ko, may mga parokya they wouldn't even welcome female altar servers.
Mhm.
At dito sa atin sa Pilipinas, pati Eucharistic ministers, puro lalaki. Ganon, no? Wala namang sinabi ang canon law na bawal ang babae. In the United States, ang daming lay Eucharistic ministers na babae. They're Catholic and it is allowed by the U.S. Conference of Bishops. Alam mo, Pat, ang tawag dyan, cultural sensitivities. Kapag, kasi syempre, the church is universal, but the church is also particular. And yung particularities of the church in Africa, in Asia, in Latin America, medyo makukulayan talaga yan ng certain cultural perspective, so cultural orientation. And for a long, long time, may tendency na leadership has to be in the hands of males and celibates, yung ganon. At ngayon, parang na-open na yung theological reflection on how theologically valid is that. And of course, hindi pa siya fully resolved. Parang it is an issue that is in progress. Hindi pa ito tapos, itong pag-uusap na ito. Meaning, we are still reflecting what does it mean to image Christ. At if we're talking about acting in the person of Christ, hindi naman yan monopoly ng mga ordained ministers only eh.
Mhm.
Lahat tayo na tumanggap ng Espiritu Santo, we are members of the body of Christ. So, those who act in the person of Christ are not only those in the head, the leaders who represent the headship of Christ. There are also those who represent Christ as members of the body of Christ. So, wag nating gawing exclusive yung representation of Christ only to the ordained ministers. Yun ang aking main point doon sa aking nasabi, doon sa press conference. Ngayon, yung nag-interpret noon, of course, obviously, meron ng ibang perspective. Parang sinasabi, ito yung theological implications ng sinabi ni Cardinal Ambo David. Well, I leave it to them. At all I'm saying is, ongoing, continuous pa rin ang discussion about the wisdom of church tradition.